Like anyone in the selling business, real estate agents are an optimistic bunch. The more successful ones amongst us are very good at seeing opportunities that most people miss, and that's the case with the current coronavirus pandemic. Don't get me wrong, what we are facing and what many people are suffering from right now is tragic. But already we are seeing how well we can adapt to a changing and challenging environment. The need to change how we work as property professionals is made so much easier nowadays, more so than it was 10 to 20 years ago, because of the advancements that we've seen in technology. That's what I want to talk about in this video. Joining me to do that, discuss the challenges and the opportunities for us, is Stephen Atcheler from Shore Agents in the Philippines. G'day, Stephen.
Hey, how are you, Kev?
Yeah, good, mate. All things considered with coronavirus and everything, and that's really what I want to talk to you about is the current environment. Before we do, can I just ask you your business? I mean, you're in outsourcing, Shore Agents, and you're quite used to that, working in that environment of providing services for agents who don't want to have an office or have outsourced staff. But how have you coped with this?
Been some fairly imminent short-term challenges that we've had to get over. The Philippines really isn't set up, just structure-wise, we're a third world country, infrastructure-wise, to be working at home for a long period of time. In the short, we'll be okay. We had to actually get all of our staff to borrow a computer and sneak it under their arm and take it home with them on the Jeep on Tuesday before we went into complete lockdown, which means home quarantine. So I'm quarantining, not allowed to go outside basically or anything other than to pick up a delivery of food, and that's about it. Some pretty big challenges, but we were all back up online very quickly. Some clients barely even noticed what we had done, and we had to do it fairly quickly. We're pretty proud of that. So we're all back online, and the show must go on.
Yeah, well, the show in fact did go on for us, and we didn't miss a beat. We've been still able to deliver all of our programs. So full marks to you and your team, or in particular our team as well, because they've embraced this, and they've given us extra hours and been prepared to be flexible and so on. So as I say, full marks to you. Can we just expand it away from my business for a moment and talk about real estate? How do you see this panning out over the next 6 to 12 months for real estate agents?
I think it's going to be very different in the future, and I think this working from home is going to become the normal. I think you'll find that they will start to grasp new processes, and directors will start to have to grasp new ways of monitoring what their team are doing and results and appointments booked and things like that from a distance. And I really don't think you'll find that productivity will drop. I think if anything, it will probably go the other way, and directors will notice that maybe long term we don't need the big shiny office, we don't need all these extra fancy little things, and maybe we can. This can be a thing of the future and lower some pressure in some of those overheads as well.
Yeah, well, I did an interview recently with the CEO for the McGrath organisation who told me then that they had experimented with a totally remote workforce for 24 hours earlier this week, and it was highly successful. Even though there was some pushback from some of the agents, when it was all over, they could see the benefits of it, and they've actually reported an increase in productivity. Now, that could be short term, I don't know, but I do think this is almost like a silver lining where we're seeing, these changes while they're being forced upon us could actually be for our benefit.
Yeah, and the funny one of the things with having people work from home, you can't see what they're doing, but particularly with real estate agents, if you're worried about what they're doing, if you're in the game, especially real estate sales, you're a motivated person to be in the business anyway. So I really don't think you need to micromanage and baby them. They want to make money, so they're going to be doing their job no matter what. So I really don't think, especially in that department, that there's any risk.
It's certainly changed, and I said in the introduction to this too that things have changed because of technology, and I recall trying to work from home, well over a decade ago, and I had major distractions. But now with the tools that are available to us, and that's really what I want to talk to you about as well, is that we've got the ability to remain very, very productive. I have no problem working in my own home studio and being very productive. In fact, I have to be dragged out from time to time just to eat. So, I do think the technology has given us the opportunity to work more effectively in our own home environment, Stephen.
Yeah, 100%. So CRMs, emails, like anything attached to day-to-day business, all of that stuff is in the cloud anyway. Your property managers, your property tree, property me, there's no real reason you can't access that from anywhere. And people are accessing it on the go at routine inspections anyway. So yeah, day-to-day now, there's more ways you can do it. I'm in the same boat as you. I'm fairly technical, but I remember when I was 19, 20 and I didn't know how to set up the POP or IMAP or something on my email, and I couldn't get email, so I'd drive to work to get an email and then come home. It seems kind of crazy, but now, yeah, it's easy. So some other tools as well, like things to think about is just task management. That's the only real thing, is bringing some processes to the surface so that everybody can see what's happening without being next to each other or in the one place.
Can you just quickly run me through, we've got another minute or two to go, but can you quickly run me through some tools that you recommend we should have a look at to become more productive at home?
Yeah, definitely. And I think we're going to do a review of some of these in the future, but there's tools out there, particularly Trello, Monday works extremely well. Slack or Flock, there's lots of team communication tools that are extremely good. The Trello was found by my VA, and the first time I ever saw it was when I went over to do training with her, and I was like, what is this thing that you've got? And she's like, it's Trello. And she had a column for new listing, listed, live, under contract, unconditional, pre-settlement, settlement. And I was like, what happens here? She just drags the card over, it goes from live, goes to under contract, and then she has her task list of everything that she could do. And when I got back to the office, the first thing I did was go and put up a TV in the office and open that Trello board and just put it in. And then we could all see what's going on. But doing it, if we weren't in the office, we could all open up Trello and see that listing, yep, we've got photos done. Okay, text has been written. Yep, now it's ready to go live. It's live. So you can see all of these things quite easily by using some of these tools.
Yeah, well, Monday is another one that you mentioned that we use, and that takes Trello to another level, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong here, but certainly all of the activities are logged in there, and it's just an automatic process that when one's done, the next person in line to do something with it is automatically notified. So, and at a moment's notice, you can go in and see exactly where you are with, let's take as an example, a listing, and there'd be certain things that would have to happen when you do list a property. So it's just a matter of triggering it, and then it all happens and everyone's notified.
Yeah, I like the way that it's like passing the ball in Monday. It's just like a rugby game. It goes side to side, and the next person gets it. The next person passes it to whoever that next person is, and it's got a bit of a modern theme with the social engagement, where it's got like a news feed of everything that's happening, and people are giving it the thumbs up, going, "I'll take it from here." So I think it's got a nice user interface and a nice feel of the way that it works as well. So it's definitely worth checking out.
Yeah, okay, well, it's called Monday, monday.com. Just go and check it out for yourself. Stephen, I'm going to leave it there for the time being. Thank you very much. I want to come back, as you said, and we are going to take an even deeper dive into some of these tools, because there are so many of them that you've been able to introduce us to that we're now using quite successfully. So happy to talk through those with you. Stephen Atcheler from Shore Agents, thank you very much for your time. All power to you, my friend, and keep up the good work.
Yeah, no dramas. I'll just be sitting here in lockdown, not going anywhere.
Well, as I said in the testimony that I was more than pleased to do for Stephen and his business, if you do want to outsource, then he and his team are the ones who can show you how to do it successfully. I'm Kevin Turner. Thanks for being with us. Watch out for us on our next episode. Thanks, Stephen.